to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening.
And so now let us open in prayer. We say thank you, Mother, Father God, for this day, for the joy of living these lives as one in harmony with our world. To flow through our individual lives. For the opportunities to be, to love, to live. And so it is. Amen.
Sacred love. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed. Is all that you are. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such such a holy place. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, deepest. Show the way, all the way. I want to. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Sacred love is all that we are. That is the truth for each of us. God is. And love is all that really exists. The rest of it we just see in our minds, create, manifest. This moment just to welcome each and every one of you here today, to acknowledge all that to this place on Sunday mornings. There's a lot that goes on and continues to go on with volunteers that aren't even here on a Sunday morning. So first I want to just say thank you to Gloria for being our special music, our song leader today. I'll get it. Thank you. Judy, thank you for being here this morning. Dana, thank you. We love you, and we're so glad that you're here with us today. And one of the songs Dana's singing today is an original. Is that my understanding? Yeah, that'll be the second song. That is one that she wrote. Did you also write the first one? Yes. Okay, so I'm corrected. Both songs are originals by Dana Bryant Wilson today, so we are really, truly blessed by our song leaders and special musicians. They go above and beyond what most musicians do in churches, and we do appreciate that so much. We have Phil Crowther, who is our music director, who's here with us, and he is the one that kind of coordinates all of it around, even including me, and sometimes with me it's like herding a cat, I know, so thank you for your patience and your love, Phil. And then Krista, we love you, and we are so glad that you're here today. And we did get the PowerPoint back up. Yay! You know, it takes the whole team to create a Sunday service. We have Elaine Woods, who does the PowerPoint and the order of service and helps with the e-news, and Sabrina, who also kind of watches everything and makes sure that I get things done on a timely basis, so I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And I want to just take a minute and acknowledge our board of directors, our board of trustees. We have some powerful leadership here at Unity of Louisville. And we've all gone through a lot in the last year. And they continue just to smile and show up and say, okay, this is where we are, and this is where we're going. And so just to honor them in that, we had our annual meeting last week. Next Sunday, we'll announce who the 2 new board of trustees are and the 2 new alternates, knowing that the right and perfect spirits are showing up to do the work that needs to be done as we move forward with the sale of this building, with finding a new spiritual home, And doing all of this in the middle of a pandemic. It's an interesting time in our lives. And also with the upheaval of social justice, which has to happen for our world to live in harmony, it still creates some challenges for us. So no, it is in and through each of us that we grow. So I want you to take a moment and share the service with your family and friends. Post it wherever you can post it so that we can get our message out there in the world to change the consciousness, to change our beliefs, and to give people an opportunity to change theirs. If you're joining us with the first time, we welcome you. We acknowledge you as the spiritual soul that you are. And know that wherever you are on this journey, you're welcome here. And we say that, but we say it with sincerity, because each of us arrives at a different place and a different time. And yet each of us are yearning and seeking for that community of like-minded people to continue to grow with. So thank you for stepping up and stepping out in the world. If you're ready, let us say thank you, we love you, we miss you, and we know that you are going to be back in the sanctuary sometime soon. We don't know what that is. And remember, there's no such thing as time, so we'll get back here, or get back somewhere together as one. Take a moment and greet your neighbors. Now that you've invited your family and friends in, say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody out there and in here. And then let's look for our affirmation. So today, and the theme of today is we're still in freedom. And I'm going to talk about our change in consciousness to freedom. How do we get there? What is it all about? So our affirmation is, I live authentically with joy and appreciation. And so let's say that together. I live authentically with joy and anticipation. Appreciation and anticipation. You can add that one in there too. But let's say it one more time. I live authentically with joy and appreciation. Because that is the truth. That is why we're here. You know, joy is it's all fun. And yet, even in the chaos, it doesn't look fun sometimes. But we know that through the harmony of everything, we all move forward in joy and love. And we appreciate that and live in gratitude. And so now for our Lord's Prayer, and after our Lord's Prayer, we'll have a moment of silence as we all join together as love, sending and radiating love and light into the world, to each other.
Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Today's daily word, togetherness. I share God's love, peace, and joy. I share God's love, peace, and joy. While I treasure my times of quiet and solitude, I also look forward to enjoying the company of family, friends, and members of my faith community. Whether we are working, volunteering, praying, or simply enjoying one another's company, our shared experiences allow me to support people I care about and feel supported in return. I enjoy and value togetherness throughout every season of my human journey. During times of trial, hardship, or grief, being in the company of friends and family helps comfort me strong. Likewise, during times of celebration, being in the company of others multiplies my joy. In times of togetherness, may the love, peace, comfort, and joy of God bless us all. From Acts 2:44, all who believed were together and had all things in common. Today's daily word is togetherness, and the affirmation is, I share God's love, peace, and joy.
There's a light that shines in each of us. There's a light that shines, and it shines with love. There's a child that smiles in each of us. There's a child that smiles, and it smiles with love. There's a song that lives in each There's a song that lives, and it lives with love. There's a light that shines in each of us. There's a light that shines, and it shines with love.
And so now as we begin that time of rest and renewal, allowing that light to shine within us, clearing and cleansing all that there is in this physical body, my thoughts, my emotions. Anywhere in the inner presence of my being, let that light shine. Shine with wisdom and understanding. Compassion and empathy. As we join together in that sacred space that is the seat of our soul, and listen to that small, still voice. Voice of love, of life, that is being called by every soul on this planet. So we allow ourselves just to rest wherever we are. Be supported by the seat beneath you, the floor, the couch, wherever you are right now. Be supported, not only by that physical seat, but by the loving arms of life that are being extended to you. Allow the gentleness of the notes to carry you inward, to be in that place where all the answers are, to be in the flow of life, of knowing what is the perfect action for me today, what is the right perfect thought for this moment. Embrace that which is within. And listen. Listen in the silence. And we say thank you. Thank you for the power that comes from within us as we use the creative law of principle to manifest the change in our thoughts, the changes within us, which then is pictured in the outer world. The world is only an image of the inner world. And as we live in that truth and know that to be true, and we go within to that peacefulness, that power that is love and life that flows from in outward. We see the change. We see the peace. We see the justice. We live in harmony together as one. And so it is. Amen.
When Reverend Val asked me if I had written this first chant, I didn't write it, I rather gleaned it from the book Angels Within Us by John Randolph Price. And this came from the chapter of the Angel of Unconditional Love and Freedom. My blessed spirit, I surrender my life to you, holding nothing back. I give you my emotions to feel through, my mind to be filled with your thoughts, to see your vision, my mouth to speak only words of truth, my body to be the vehicle of your actions, and if there be anything within my consciousness unknown to me that is not in tune with your holy mind, I ask that it be removed now. I am ready to be clean and clear and in perfect harmony with I am, my divine consciousness. What is love if not freedom? What is freedom if not love? What is love if not freedom? What is freedom if not love? What is love if not freedom? If not freedom, what is love? What is love if not freedom? If not freedom, what is love? The power of love frees me. The action of love sustains me. The giving of love completes me. Unlimited, unfettered, unbounded love. What is love if not freedom? What is freedom if not love? What is love if not freedom? If not freedom, what is love? What is love if not freedom? If not freedom, what is love? Knowing the love is the first principle that reveals and sustains all reality, I ask you to guide me to the angel of unconditional love and freedom, deep within my consciousness, that I may free the hand of the Lord to do its perfect work. What is love, if not freedom? What is freedom, if not love? What is love, if not freedom? What is freedom, if not love? The power of love frees me. The action of love sustains me. The giving of love completes me. Unlimited, unfettered, unbounded love. Thank you.
So what is love? What is life? Wonderful questions. And I think it's different for each and every one of us, because we experience life differently. We experience emotions differently. We react differently because we are different individuals of the whole, of that oneness that is all that exists. There's a lot of chaos in our world. There's a lot of chaos within a lot of people, sometimes even within your spiritual leaders. And in and through it all, the one thing that I know is that if I can connect within myself and listen, I will be guided to the right and perfect change that I need to make in my consciousness around life and love. Constant conscious of energy, of ideas, of a way of life becomes easier when we going within, connecting to that higher source that is us, that mighty power of God. We are but expressions of God, the almighty power and perfection that is life. And through our own thinking, sometimes we might find ourselves in the conscious flow of the collective, which can be fear. It may show up as ignorance. And I don't mean by not having enough knowledge, but not understanding. It may show up as an awareness of who you really are. An unawareness how in order for one person to believe and to be and to exist in the chaos, someone else has to be wrong. Because the truth is, We are where we are in our awareness. Doesn't necessarily make us wrong. It does make us sometimes it makes us afraid. Sometimes it makes us angry. And that anger is not necessarily a bad thing, because it can be something that propels us to change our consciousness. It does become a bad thing when we choose to send it directly to someone else or to a different race, culture, because then that anger breeds hate, which is the complete opposite of our truth, of life, which is love. It's not an easy journey. And the truth is, it's a journey that keeps repeating itself. Right? I mean, all the strife that's going on in our world today is not new. It's repeated from the existence of man and our awareness to today. And it has shown up and reared up as that cobra head does on more than one occasion in most of our lives that are here today. And it's going to keep rearing its head and keep spitting out until each one of us, and I mean all of us, change the way we think. Change our consciousness in the way that we live. We no longer can live outside of ourselves and think that this is going to fix anything, because it's not. As long as we are living outside of ourselves in the mirror image of what we think, then the challenges persist within us. Whatever is within shows up in the outer. So all of the hate, all of the chaos, all of the strife is going on within us. It may be fear, it may be hatred, it may be an unknowing of the truth. Trapped in old traditions, trapped in old thinking, putting ourselves and limiting ourselves in a box. How do we get out of the box? Don't just push the walls away. Let's tear the walls down. How do we do that? The only way that I know to do it is to be conscious of my inner voice and to know what my inner voice is telling me. And when my inner voice reacts in fear or anger, then I have work to do. You know that old saying, don't take it personally? Well, if you take it personally, you got work to do, right? If you cannot stand as love for all people, and this one's hard, it's hard to swallow sometimes, even in the worst that they are, the worst moment of their life, if we cannot see them as love, as a part of ourselves, as an extension of who we are, as an extension of God, then we are adding to the chaos. So what are you conscious of? That's the question. Where is the fear showing up for you? Where is the anger showing up for you? Where is the hatred showing up for you? And I'm going to speak for me, because this is what I have to do for myself. And I've been working at it for a long time. And sometimes I just say, okay, I give up. And I might have to go pout for a minute. Because it's hard work. And you get tired of constantly being reminded of when you're not loving everyone, when that thought is like, really, seriously? This is where we're going? But it happens because we are all human beings and we are all experiencing the spiritual revolution in a different way. Because that's exactly what this is. This is all about the spiritual advancement of the human being. Are you conscious of the inner voice and the unveiling of greatness that you are and the power that you have when you live from within? Let me say that again. Are you conscious of the inner voice and the unveiling greatness that you are? Because that's the truth. Whatever you are, wherever you are on this journey, there is greatness coming in and through you as awareness, as life, as the power of love. And when enough of us awaken to this power of love, and when we understand our truth, the truth of that love, is if we're living as love, we no longer live from fear and lack. So when the fear comes up, switch over to what can I love? What in me needs to be loved and embraced right now? When we get into that space of lack, because a lot of what we're experiencing right now in the social justice world, injustice, is the truth of it, is lack. And not necessarily on those who are being stepped on, oppressed. It's not their lack consciousness. It's the lack consciousness of what created it in the beginning, which is greed. That's how far back we have to go to heal it. And in America, we say about 400 years ago, well, in humankind, we go back to the beginning of our thoughts. And where did the separation come in? Where did the fear begin? Well, it began when the saber-toothed tiger was chasing us. And we were afraid. And then we realized that we were hungry and there wasn't enough food. So this is a constant stream of thinking that has been going on since humanity was birthed. When you understand that love flows through all planes of manifestation, from this earth, from the all existence of our universe, that's when we truly will turn the corner and begin to heal. And until we awaken and say, no more injustice, no more thoughts of lack, no more thoughts of hatred and anger at myself and at others because I am not perfect, we will not change. I know that we can do this. You are a living opportunity for the spiritual advancement of humanity. That sounds a little overwhelming when I say it like that. I am an opportunity for the spiritual advancement of humanity. Living as an opportunity for the spiritual advancement of all of us. We all are. And it takes all of us to shift the change. It takes us to recognize that we are all in this together. This chaos is necessary. It's not pretty. It's not comfortable. Matter of fact, sometimes it's really ugly. We've seen it played and replayed out on the TVs and on the internet and everywhere over. It has to stop. The only way we stop it is if we change. We change our structure, we change our thinking about the truth of who we are. Is better than the other, because that is not true. That is false. That is a false doctrine. If you find yourself in fear, telling yourself you're wrong or right, angry, then we have a lot of work to do. And we do it in that moment. And it's going to come back up in another moment until we really get it, until we really understand the truth. In spirit, it's all that exists. Nothing else. Nothing else exists but the I am. The rest of it is all separation. It's all what we picture in the outer world. And it's not the truth. Reality comes from that voice of heaven that is within us. And as you practice going into that space, just as we do in meditation every day, on Sundays, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, and we really practice and listen, then the truth unfolds for ourselves. The real you manifest the power of love and peace. Because it is that creative principle, that law of existence in the whole universe. And we know it's there even though we can't see it. It's there. And it's through that principle that the visible is created. That's the miracle. That's the faith that Jesus taught the disciples. We must know ourselves as life. That's the principle. We are life. And we know everything is created by us. That's the basis of our faith, the spiritual power to perform miracles in the reality, in this world, is the law of creative principle. Humanity is and has been blinded by the power of manifestation through the power of greed, money. And the principle is what we see today. It all adds to the false foundation of this country, of superiority one over the other. There is no difference in any of us. Yes, our skins are different color because of the pigmentation of where we lived at, or where our DNA is from. And believe me, I don't understand it all. All I know is that 8,000 years ago, some woman in northern Africa migrated to the West, and I'm standing up here today. That's all I know. There's other stuff that I do know about my own individual family, and if you don't, I suggest you look at it. If you haven't had your DNA done yet, it's an interesting path to follow. Because we are all one. There is no. And what the difference is the degree of awareness or realization of our own consciousness. Awareness is important because every one of us sees the split. Whether we know we see it or not, we see the split, right? We see that we're different. We see and create a separation from the Almighty that is within us through our guilt, shame. Really, it's through our unawareness of who we are. And that just creates more false perceptions about ourselves and about others. And so this is where discernment really plays a role in our growth. Are we willing to let go of the false perceptions about ourselves and about others? Well, if you're willing, you gotta know what you're aware of. You gotta see what limitations you're putting yourself in. We're still putting ourselves in a box and labeling it. Stop. If you're going to label yourself, label it as humanity, spiritual advancer. The truth is, we limit ourselves. We are limiting ourselves right now. And we limit everyone else through our own lens and perceptions. We are all hurting at some degree. And so we intentionally hurt others. We all might feel powerless in the chaos of the world. And so our thoughts become that everyone else should be powerless too. This is all a false belief. We have to recognize our own thoughts. Labeling that limitation, and we lead the way to the holy place. God is that holy place. Allah, nature, universe, cosmos, whatever name you want to give it as we label again. And I understand why we do it, because in our constructive thinking, sometimes we have to hold on to something and name it in order to allow ourselves to understand it. Let go of it. Live in the invisible, creative process. Live completely through your awareness, through your conscious power of the higher self. Go within to that Almighty and find the answers for your living expression. Pray knowing that your soul in this world, in this whole universe, is taking action to create and express what you ask for. So know what you're asking for. Be clear and concise and precise. God is life, and life is perfect love. That's what I'm asking for. For not only myself, my family, but for all of humanity. To realize that God is life and life is perfect love. So as I end today, I'm going to ask each of us during our prayer time this week to pray for yourselves and to community and in our world, that the larger community of Louisville, the larger community of our United States and North America and the whole globe. Pray that each of us rises up, that we each take to our higher consciousness, allowing our soul to live in love and harmony, to use that creative principle to lead us to the sweet world which works for all of us, grasping the truth from within, listening to that inner voice of harmony. Namaste.
I like to wake in the morning, looking at the world come alive, waking up night. So another day to play. Is free. Would be sweet in a world for everyone. I long to be in harmony. I like to feel the wind blow, dancing through my hair, making me more aware. There's more to life than just what I see. Grace is everywhere, creating love from despair. I wanna live in a world that works for everyone, where every sacred soul is free. Life would be so sweet in a world that works for everyone, and that's the kind of life I long to be. It's a soul that lives and loves in harmony. Take me higher through the fire to my holy sacred desire.
to an ocean of tranquility. I like to in the sky and all the stars that I see are a promise to this life, bringing peace out of strife. I wanna live free. Life would be so sweet in a world that works for everyone, and that's the kind of life I long to lead. Is a soul that lives and loves in harmony, and that's the kind of life I long to lead. Is a soul that lives and loves in harmony. Live in harmony. Thank you. Thank you. So much fun, you guys. Thank you. It's really, I'm just getting ministered by Reverend Valerie. It's so great.
It takes all of us. It does. It takes all of us to create that synergy of love. And that's who we are. So thank you. Thank you for that beautiful song. And thank you each and every one for being here. And thank you, Sonny, for coming in to see what's system here. So as we take today that we are love, and we shine that love into the world. We do it in many ways, and one ways we do that for this community is through our donations. And so I'm going to invite you now, you can go online to Unity of Louisville or Unity of East Louisville and make a donation. Or you can text your donation to 844-996-2710, and you can mail in a check. And I have the addresses, but it's froze up again. So 757 South Brook Street, 40203 is the downtown church, and the church at East is 740 Old Harrods Creek Road, 40223. There you go. So now let's say our affirmation, our prosperity proclamation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we know that there is unlimited abundance in this universe, and that we are each supported in the flow from the source, wherever that is. And as we let it flow with generous hearts, it comes back to us 10,000-fold. And so it is. Thank you. So last Sunday was our annual meeting. And I want to just thank everybody that participated in that call. We had over 50 people. At one time there were, I think, 56 people online. And I'm going to be honest, I think that's the most that's shown up here in a long time, because we average about 35. So Might be a good thing that we had it online because we had a lot more interest than normal. We will make the announcements of who the Board of Trustees are next week. If you are a member of the church, you should have gotten a ballot. And on that ballot, you can write your votes. We also have 2 bylaws that we're voting on. If you got the link in the email as a member, then all you have to do is fill out the form, right? So if we had your email address, we email. If we do not have your email address, we might have mailed it to you. Now I'm going to be honest, there were some bounce backs there at the last that we may not have gotten everybody's ballot in the mail. So if you did not receive a link to the ballot, please email me at Valerie, VALERIEM, at unityoflouisville.org, or give me a call, and I will send you that link. Okay. Tonight we have at 6 o'clock at Unity of East our prayer service. It's very similar to our 9 o'clock with the exception that we have no music, we have nature. Bring your chair. Let me remind you again, bring your chair. It's going to be hot tonight, so wear in the upper parking lot. So we ask that you park in the lower parking lot and then walk into the large circle that will be created there in the upper parking lot. It's shady. It's been cool every night that we've had so far, even on some of the hottest days. And there's usually a nice breeze, but it's in the shade. So join us for that. Also on Wednesday night, this past Wednesday, we did a wonderful drumming circle there. And we're looking at the possibilities of having more of those. We're scheduled to have them quarterly, but we had a lot of interest in continuing that in some type of regular basis. So we're looking at that possibility. So if you lead drumming circles, give me a call. The last thing that I announced today is that with all the changes that are going through and with all the social injustice that we are experiencing, we are next Sunday starting a program called Dismantling Racism, and we will have 3 study circles. I'm leading one at 2. Leah Zeller, who is our new education director, will be leading one at 6 on Monday evenings. And Reverend Gwen Moser will be leading one at 10:30 on Tuesdays. Join one of the circles. It's not a book study. We're really opening up to that collective, creative principle. And in order to do that, we have to look at where we are in our beliefs, in our actions. And we have to begin to understand how we move forward through change. Changing ourselves from within and the change in the outer world. I invite you to join one of those groups. We have an interactive, will be on our website where we'll list references. We'll have an active discussion going on during the weeks. And then we'll have some meditations, some affirmations, and some other ways that you can be with yourself in this time of change. And so now we'll do our prayer for protection, followed by our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. Love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Namaste.